Come to order, please. First, we have some representatives of the Department of Transportation to discuss the closure of Shawnee Road and some rerouting onto county and town property. And if you folks, and this is Keith, Kevin, I'm sorry, oh boy, I can't read my own writing. Kevin, I'm sorry. If you folks, and that, Sanjay, okay. And if you would give your presentation, if anybody has any questions, we'll do that immediately afterwards, okay? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Sanjay Vaidya. I'm a project manager with the New York State DOT. We are here today to talk about a culvert replacement on Shawnee Road, just south of Mapleton. This work is going to require us to close the road for about 2 to 4 weeks. This culvert replacement is a part of a larger project under which we are replacing and rehabilitating 10 culverts across Erie and Niagara County. So the total project will last a year and a half, but the work for this particular culvert will last about 3 to 4 weeks. We have a short presentation. Kevin Hebert, who's the designer of this project, will go through it now.
Can everybody hear? Yes? Okay.
Like Sandra said, that we will be doing a culvert replacement on Route 425 on Shawnee Road. It's a culvert replacement of 10 culverts throughout Erie and Niagara counties. So the bid will be opening in March 28th of 2019, and the work will begin shortly after the bid has been awarded. The contractor will delegate what times they're going to be doing each of the culverts. We have no control over when they do that, and it will be completed in the fall of 2020. The culvert location is just south of Mapleton Road on 425, and you can see on the map the location of that. Scope of work for this is existing culvert is a 5 by 2.5 concrete box culvert. We will be replacing that with a 8-foot by 4-foot concrete box. Due to the environmental sizes and everything in the area for the flow of the water, we will be increasing the size of that. And with the new size of the culvert, there's no guide rail there currently, but for the safety of the traveling public, we will be adding new guide rail to that location. Like the construction schedule will be based on the contractor. It'll be approximately 3 to 4 weeks to remove the culvert and put the new one in and get the road back open for people to use. And the detour will also be done at that same time. So for non-commercial vehicles, local cars, they'll be detoured down Spruce Road up to Town Line, and Town Line up to Mapleton Road. We will be putting a temporary signal at Mapleton and Town Line Road, and then for that, then you'll be able to continue on to Mapleton back to Shawnee Road, 425. The truck detour will be using state and county roads. So we'll be taking truck detour to Lockport Road, Route 429, and then on to US Route 62. And there will be a couple of right-of-way takes for us for this to allow access to the culvert and allow a little bit of a culvert extension. And there'll be 4 temporary easements and 2 fee acquisitions on the ends of the culvert. The culvert is between Spruce and Mapleton Road, so we'll be, Shawnee is the one with the yellow dot on it. So right in the middle where the red line goes around.
I guess my question to you, Kevin, I notice you're saying that truck traffic will be routed elsewhere. How will you prevent truck traffic from coming on that road?
They'll be signed accordingly for the truck traffic to go that way.
That's it, just signage only, huh? Another question I had, and I know it has an effect on the cost, and I think we had talked about this in brief, and I've seen it done on other projects why they couldn't do half of the culvert at one time and half of the other, where there'd be a signal actually on Shawnee Road, which wouldn't affect town roads at all. Is that the okay? Okay. And the longest period of time approximately that the town road would be used for car traffic is how long? 2 to 4 weeks.
What if the trucks do start using Cesarzik Road? Will you two be responsible for it? So what would the town do if we start getting bombarded with calls for trucks? That's a very narrow road, there's no shoulders. It's residential, it's not a good road for semis and dump trucks and stuff to be going down. Who will? I couldn't hear you.
Do they call in, if there's a problem, they call in us, the state process or state police or local sheriff, or how would it be?
Whatever is necessary, depending on the circumstances, but we do get help from the town if need be. Like I said, we have tried to do on a lot of projects, and generally we're good to go.
Are you asking the town for this, or are you telling us this is what's gonna happen?
Well, we would like to work in partnership with you.
Pardon?
We would like to work in partnership.
So are you asking us for permission to use the town road, or are you telling us you're gonna use the town road?
Well, we are asking, we are requesting, but if need be, the DOT commissioner can use any local road for a detour. But generally, we like to work, like I said, in cooperation with the town, village, whatever it is, and we would really like your permission to do it.
So you'd like the town to take a vote on it and then tell you whether we want you to use it or not, or what do you you just ran me in a little circle here.
We are asking for a resolution of support, yes.
Yeah, Gail, I think it's a little premature to vote on it. I think it's something that we'll have to discuss. We still have some time to discuss the use of the town road for cars only and the proper posting, things like that. It's something I think we have to discuss. And I think, and then obviously let these folks know what our feelings are, and if there's maybe some changes that we would like to see. So we'll do that. We'll get together and discuss your proposal, and we'll take it from there. And hopefully we can work things out.
The reason why we are looking to use these roads is because it's a shorter detour. It's a lesser inconvenience for people.
Yeah.
And the other thing is because this will be only for 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not something that's a long-term, entire summer type of a situation.
I understand that, and in fact, Gil, if it is just for residential traffic only for 3 to 4 weeks, it actually would be probably better for the local residents to be able to go through that way if there's a signal at the corner of Shawnee and, or not Shawnee, Town Line and Mapleton, correct?
Yes.
In some ways, it might even be a bigger convenience to reroute them down Nash Road.
I don't have a problem with the car traffic, I'm just really worried about truck traffic, about ruining them roads and both of them.
But their proposal isn't for truck traffic there, that's for a Nash Road, is it?
No,
Yeah.
429.
Oh, 429, okay, Ward Road.
But the problem is, it's going to be midnight, and there's going to be an 18-wheeler either going down to Cesarzik or making a U-turn. And to me, or a 10-wheeler, I know it's going to happen. And they're going to be making a turning around or getting a ticket. So one of the two is going to happen. They are going to be turning around, or because you know they're going to go by the signs, and it's going to be a problem. The only thing in our favor is I know there's a state trooper that lives on Cesarzik that we see on TV quite a bit.
And another one on the hills.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's not what we're here for.
No.
Well, I guess it would help our budget, but sure. I know they're going to be making turns in the middle of the night or running that street. And then the phone's gonna be ringing off the hook when those trucks are rattling down there at 2 in the morning.
Exactly what I'm getting at.
So what happens when a truck comes off Niagara Falls Boulevard and heads north on Shawnee, or it comes out of North Tonawanda on Erie Avenue and continues on Shawnee and doesn't see your lit sign that there's construction, trucks detour? They're gonna be going north on Shawnee. Where do they go? How do they turn around?
Oh, you mean if they miss all of our detour signs and
Yeah.
get into the construction zone, they will have to turn around.
Where?
Why not just put all the traffic on 429?
Like I said, only because of for convenience of the local people. That's a longer detour. This is a much shorter detour.
Well, the local people will still get around. They'll know this route.
Right.
One person gets killed when somebody's making a U-turn with an 18-wheeler. I'm really wondering if it's all worth it.
I guess the other thing again, I think we'll have to discuss this, guys, afterwards, maybe not tonight, but the possibility of not only no traffic, but local traffic only, or something to prevent trucks from going on there. The only other option they would have would be going into, by the gas station and taking that route out. But, again, appreciate your presentation. Anybody in the audience have any questions? Polly? Yes.
Tractor trailers that are coming from Canada.
Yes.
The traffic is so
Unbelievable.
Yes.
flux in the fast. They don't slow down.
I know. That's why we're trying to stop the truck traffic on Shawnee Road for that period of time, and that's their intention. We're just trying to come up with something to make sure that there is no truck traffic on Shawnee Road and in turn over on Town Line Road.
Is that the only section you won't work with? Are you coming down or going forward? Is that the only
No,
project?
this is just a culvert replacement project. It's just very local to that one culvert.
Like a trunk traffic?
But, I mean, I can only cite our previous experience. We have used truck detours on other projects, and like I said, the compliance rate is good. People don't generally ignore us.
Anybody else with Paul? Paul's our highway superintendent.
Yeah, are you guys gonna bond them roads? You're gonna put a bond on Town Line and Sarah Road for damage? And you say no truck traffic, I can tell you in the summertime, there's a ton of campers that go down there. Pickup trucks with 40-foot trailers hauling behind them. The radiuses on them roads are not designed for that kind of traffic. They'll be chewing up the people's yards. Do I give your number to call? Because I know you're calling mine. And
Well,
we've had this problem before when we redid the bridge down Ward Road. We went down Brent to Hoover. I don't know if any of you guys remember all the little problems we've had. That was 6 months of tests because people were calling constantly. They didn't want all the traffic down the road. They're a small little road. As far as enforcement goes, Niagara County Sheriffs don't have a big truck enforcement vehicle. They have to come from the New York State Troopers. So me dealing with them, most of the time they're down south toward 86. And this was what incident is for them. But they don't do a lot of enforcement around here. So I don't know how we're going to get people there to enforce these things.
No, but like I mentioned, this is a culvert project. It's going to take up 2, maximum 4 weeks. We are not talking about 6 months. It's 2 to 4 weeks.
For example, the summer. July, or August, whichever one you want to pick. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying if there's a lot of traffic that goes down that road, are you guys going to float a bond for damages on Sarah and Town Line?
Well, in our anticipation, 2 weeks of traffic should not be causing much damage to your street. But if there is, we can visit that issue.
Is it possible to fall under, because I know you're talking about large trucks, and in your signs, you also ban, trailers, things of that nature, with how limited the radiuses of the turn. You may not want people with RVs or, trailers like you mentioned going down it, so that they should, I think, be considered perhaps also get hurt in the long run. And the shorter detour, because it really passes the car traffic is on commercial traffic.
Well,
If the board feels strongly, we can certainly send everybody on the longer detour. This was just an option we came up with to help out the local people.
Yeah.
But if if everybody feels that strongly, we'll just make one detour.
Well, I think we know how much traffic Shawnee Road gets.
Mhm.
And again, I can't speak for the board, but I think I'm concerned about if we had just local traffic only and it was just, for the people that live there, and possibly reroute all the traffic to 429 might be a better way to go. But, well, let us get together. We'll respond to you with a letter sometime in the next couple weeks, and we'll take it from there. How's that?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
We just, if we can get it before December 15th.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. Matter of fact, Paul, our highway superintendent, has a letter already drawn up, and but we're going to tweak it a little bit, and we'll get something to you next week. How's that?
That's fine.
Okay, and make that attention to you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it. Any questions else from the audience at all? All right, thank you for coming in, and thank you for your presentation,
Thank you.
and have a good evening.